Yeah, this canyon has some great turns on it, some good decreasing radius, particularly on the up. Beautiful day out here. Oh yeah, okay. A little heartbreaking. Don't want to go bumming by my buddy here. But I do. And I enjoy these turns. Okay. Braking, and there we go. Now this is the kind of run where you could very easily, this particular road, you could very easily get yourself way out over your skis, just because you've got these really aggressive turns that are kind of interspersed amongst all of your big smooth turns. You know, one of the hardest things when you start to learn trail braking is this idea that you gotta get the hell off the brake. The bike is never gonna tip in. And I'm still an amateur by all regards. Don't let me fool you. You know, I still gotta get my additional 10,000 hours of practice in, because I've only been out here about 14-15 months. Scary white line. Scary white line. Oh, that gravel. It's such a spring thing, that gravel. Oh, we got a big line of shit. Kind of thing I don't want to be leaning into. There's another one. Ooh, that'll test your skills. Slow rolling for a little bit. But while we are, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin. How did I get into Bitcoin? You know, it was really 2016, 2017 when I actually learned what it was. And like a lot of people, I thought that Bitcoin was just pure speculation. So I really looked at it as this kind of thing like, yeah, let me throw some money at it. Let me see if I can get a cool return. There really wasn't anything like it, but I understood the nature of, you know, the potential exponential growth. And so the beginning was really just this idea of how do I get into this like high growth opportunity in the same way if I was, you know, investing in startups or looking for a high growth stock. As I would come to realize, you sort of come for the gains, but you stay for the revolution. And I was lucky enough where I got into Bitcoin right as we were really starting to heat up on that 2016-2017 bull run. So except for only the briefest of moments when we did that initial run to 3K and then dropped down into the like 1700s, I'd always been in profit. You know, it was always me patting myself on the back for having such a big brain. So I watched it go up as everybody did to 20,000. I watched it come back down, and as it was kind of sitting around 10K, 9K on the way back down, I actually was in the process of liquidating my retirement account to do two things. One was to dump some cash into a couple of little companies that I was playing with, just personally, because I just wound down a different company, and took the other half of that cash and dumped it into Bitcoin. And then it immediately, as we saw, went from 9, 10 down to 7 to 8, and then back down to 3, if only ever so briefly. But that's not really where my head was at the time. What had started is this kind of thought around, I'll just get some sick gains. Really started this internal dialogue around, what am I doing? What am I saving for? Are my savings getting me what I want my savings to get me? Am I able to save? I'm like a lot of millennials where we did not inherit the kind of job market that our boomer parents were able to inherit. One of the most spoiled generations in history. And we were told, just work harder, work up the corporate ladder, but a lot of the stuff that they had just didn't exist for us. They were really reaping so many of the benefits of this sort of fast and loose fiat system as soon as we got off the gold standard and money printing became a thing, and these rates became totally free floating and nothing was backed. All of a sudden there was really an impetus to move faster and not to add value, or rather a sort of conflict in the fundamental conversation that was happening amongst investors was to go for the sick gains and not to go for the sort of value growth. So what started as the hey, maybe I can make some sick gains became really a masterclass in learning not only about what had happened in the macro economy. Why did it feel the way it felt to be a millennial, kind of disaffected, running my own companies and successful by any external measure, but very much feeling that I was just on this perpetual hamster wheel.